This is my childhood Xbox that I haven't played in years. I'm going to go ahead and see if it powers on, and then we're going to go ahead and take it apart and see how disgusting it really is. Oh, the belt's bad. So we for sure need a new belt. She's trying. Ooh, right back out. Okay, it stayed. Let's see if it'll read a game. She's reading. She's reading good. There's me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and see how dirty it is. We're going to replace that belt too. We're going to go ahead and get this taken apart. It has been opened before, but it was by my father back in the day, and I believe that he changed the laser on this, because I know at one point the game stopped reading, which, if you know anything about these original Xboxes, that seems to be a common problem. That, as well as the clock capacitor. So I'm going to take this apart. I'm probably just going to rip out my clock capacitor and throw it away. I don't think this is a 1.6, so it doesn't need the clock cap. But we're still going to take this apart and clean it and swap the belt. See how gross it really is. Definitely dusty in there. Definitely dusty. Super freaking gross. It is so dusty in there. Hair, spider webs, dust. Gotta get this baby clean so she can breathe. There we go. Glad this one still works. Gonna need clean though. Gonna need a little work on it. Okay, what I'm gonna go do, I'm gonna go blow this out with our blowgun, and then I will be back. Okay, you might not be able to tell from the camera, but the clock cap, this one here, it is leaking. It's made a mess on this board, so it's probably a good thing I've gotten to it now. Looks like a few others are leaking too. It's really bad. So we're going to go ahead and get this board out and clean that, rip that cap out, and yeah. That seems to be the killer of these old machines, is this clock capacitor. So if you have an Xbox and it has not been gone through or taken apart, try to get to it and save it, because these clock caps are just killers. Okay, once you get all that unplugged, now we can start taking out some screws. Okay, be careful with these, because especially if you plug them in, they're going to be hot. So don't touch any of the caps, or try to discharge them all. For right now, I'm just going to set this to the side. Okay, I'm going to unplug the fans, because there are two of them. And now I'm going to pull the rest of the board. No way I'm going to be able to get that to focus. There, T10. And you will need a T20 to get all your screws out. Okay, after you get all your screws out, the board should just slide right out. Set this shell to the side for now. I will clean that later, but for right now we're going to tackle cleaning this. So first things first, I'm going to remove this cap. Pull that board off. I'm going to remove this cap. I'm going to check all these other caps, make sure that none of them are bad. But yeah, this is leaked all over the board. There's a lot of corrosion on here, so I might soak it in some vinegar get the board clean. I'm going to pull off my fans and my radiators here. I'm going to replace the thermal paste and just do another inspection of making sure that nothing else is bad. So first things first is this cap's got to go. For sure this cap's got to go. Let's just get this puppy out. We'll get it out, and then I really need to just inspect and make sure that nothing's hurt on this. So I like to just heat up both legs and just keep wiggling until it comes out. Heat up one, then go to the next. Sometimes you can get it in the right spot where you can touch them both. Also, I have a link in the description to all... Yeah, I broke the leg off. The thing is just a leaker. I have a link in the description to all of the tools we use. So they are affiliate links. If you click on them and you buy, it supports the channel. But people ask us all the time, like, what flux do you use? What thermal paste do you use? What soldering station do you use? It's all linked in the description, so you go check it out. I think it's all Amazon links. So, but like I said, anything that you buy through those links does support the channel, and hopefully supports you in your repairing endeavors, because we've spent a good chunk of time trying to find the best stuff, and maybe there's better stuff out there. Okay, leg is out, capacitor is out. Like I said, this is a killer. These clock caps are so bad for these original Xboxes. They all leak. I have never taken apart an original Xbox and found a clock cap that is in good condition. Granted, these unless somebody's replaced them, by the way. Granted, these consoles are old though. They came out in 2000 and I believe it was 2001. So yeah, I mean, they're not meant to last forever, sadly. But yeah. Anyway, those clock caps freaking do some damage. Luckily, everything works, but I am going to add a little bit of vinegar, see if I can soak some of this corrosion, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and give this board a really good cleaning. These consoles are troopers though, like, for all these parts to endure the clock capacitor damage. That makes me happy. A lot of times this dirt gets like glued down too. So taking a brush and trying to like soften it up, and then you're able to, you know, blow it off, or most of it off anyway. Since I haven't really ever taken this apart, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a really good deep clean. I want to change the thermal paste. I'm gonna clean these fans too. Take all this off. While this is soaking, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. These can sometimes be a pain in the ace to get off. With the bigger one, what I like to do is try to get a screwdriver. Just get back in behind there. Get the clamp up. And then sometimes the thermal paste acts like glue on here. It's not terrible, but like especially with the smaller one, I'm probably gonna have to heat this up with the air gun to get it off. It's just the way of the road. And a lot of the different models don't have the this fan on top of this cooler here. This is an older model. I believe this is a 1 series, maybe like a 1.2, maybe? There we go. Like I said, usually with this smaller one, it is like glued on there. I'll get to that in a sec. I want to clean up this vinegar here, so we're going to dribble some alcohol all over this. And I'm going to give this a good toothbrush scrubbing. It's looking a lot better already though. I can see the components that were covered up with. Good. Yeah, the spot where the clock cap goes is also good. I do have replacements, but I don't want to put one in there. I just want to leave it. So with my version, you don't need the clock capacitor in there for the console to work. What does the clock capacitor do? It just keeps the time. So when you have your Xbox plugged in and you set what time it is, when you power off the system, that capacitor stays charged and keeps your time. And it is not worth, what you get out of it is not worth the damage done. So, okay, I'm going to finish cleaning this board and then I'll show you how I get this off. So one thing I didn't mention that I want to is how to tell if you have a 1.6 board, which is the one that does need the clock cap, is it's not going to be down here in this spot. It's going to be up here somewhere, usually. I believe it's up here anyway. So yeah, just make sure before you rip out your clock cap, make sure that you have the board that doesn't need it. But I believe the 1.6 is the only one that does. And if I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comments below. We'll continue to do that. I want to get this off and then I will clean the rest of this entire area very good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go get my hot air going. And I like to have the hot air, you know, big surface area of it. So I take my nozzles off. It doesn't need to be a crazy amount of air. And all we're gonna do is just heat this puppy up until I can wiggle it off. Because like I said, this old thermal paste acts like glue. And I don't want to risk breaking anything off of the chip. Any soldering joints or balls or anything underneath. So just heat it up. It's not gonna hurt anything. And then I just wiggle. See how it's starting to move? We're getting heated up. There it is. Get it off. Oh God, don't touch. It's gonna be pretty freaking hot. Just heat it up with your air. So we'll set this bad boy to the side. Okay, and we are down into the thermal paste. So we're into here. I'm gonna clean off the thermal paste too before I really get into it. So just be pretty careful here. Like you don't want to scrape or damage anything. So what I like to do, sometimes thermal paste can be kind of a pain to get off, is I'll use this a little flathead screwdriver to kind of scrape it away from the chips, because it's kind of gummy. It's like chewing gum. And like I said, I do this just on the sides. Try to get most of it off. I'm not going to touch the top of the chip yet. I just want to get off all of the thermal paste on the sides. Get off as much as I can. Once I'm happy with what I've got done with the thermal paste, I like to take a little bit of Goof Off, and I'll show you what that is. This is Goof Off. It is probably the best thing I've used to get thermal paste off. It does erode plastic though, so be very careful. I just use it on the metal and the chips. And like I said, I pretty much only use it to clean off thermal paste. But all I do is take a Q-tip, dab it in there, and then just rub in circles. Get that thermal paste off. Comes off really easy with this Goof Off.
And they got the mechanics to keep it. Yeah.
After I use the Goof Off, I like to soak this thing in alcohol, really get it clean, try to get anything left, any residue, any other things off. And then I'll use the Goof Off as well on the radiator parts on the heat sinks. Works really well. Once again though, use the Goof Off and then I go over with alcohol and clean all that. If there's any residue left over, clean all that up. Just get it all nice and clean. Here's the thermal compound I use is an MX4, the Arctic Silver. I just pretty liberal with it, especially on both the CPU and GPU. And on the GPU, I like to go in an X because it's an Xbox. And then, yeah, after you get a healthy amount of thermal paste on there, go ahead and put your heat sinks back on. So you put them on, and then you got to get the clamps on too. It's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's not too difficult. So just snaps in one way, and then you pull the handle down. And then same with the small one. Just put it on and push down until it locks in. Then go ahead and reinstall your fan. Get it all screwed back in. And then you can go ahead and install it back into the housing. And you got all your screws that you got to put back in. Same with the power supply. Get its screws put back in. Start plugging all your cables back in. Pretty straightforward. Then after that, I tackled the disk drive. So this one, just the belt was bad. I actually didn't film it. I must have just forgot to hit the record button on my camera. But I got it open, and I did replace the belt. And after I got it all pulled apart, I cleaned it really well, and then I applied grease back on everything. So once I greased up the rails and other parts that rub, I got it all back together. Okay, well, here it is. It's all put back together. All good to go. So, I'll probably clean the top shell, but I mean, my childhood Xbox is now refurbished and good to go. Ready to get back out there and get some more miles on it. So, sweet.